Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for your punctuality as well. Well, this is the last class we have for today, and we're gonna try to do our best since the afternoon is kind of heavy, especially after we have had lunch. So today we're gonna continue talking about traveling trips. So you remember that we were been talking about the things that is important to keep in mind every time that we travel, especially people who got those levels of stress very high. Because for certain people, not for us, because we don't take long trips. I mean, we don't usually take long trips. We don't actually get nervous or anxious because we're going to take an airplane and we're going to be there for hours and hours. Maybe it's not our case. Maybe some of you cases, but this is especially nowadays, since the pandemic struck this planet, it's very difficult to move around. I mean, if you want to travel by airplane, there are certain restrictions in the airports. And if you go to the beach, if you go to the mountains or somewhere else, you don't get anxious because they are not far away from here since we live in a very small country. So today we're going to read an article of 4 important things that you may consider every time that you travel. And we're going to listen also a situation between two friends who had a trip somewhere and they had to plan ahead certain things that probably they didn't discuss previously. Um, so now I will stop talking, and without any further ado, let's see the lesson in your books, in your English ID book. Let me share the screen with you so we can be literally on the same page. I think is page 30. Yes, it is. Page 30, unit number 3, lesson number 3. Have you visited London yet? So we also were discussing the use of present perfect in these topics, in this unit, and it has to do with the things that we have done before at a specific point in the present. So anything that you have done before this moment can be stayed in present perfect tense. And I also present you some examples. So the first exercise consists of this. You have to discuss, well, at least you have to tell me which of these things or these aspects are the most important when you're traveling. Be prepared to compromise, discuss money, do things separately sometimes, and plan carefully. So I think that plan carefully embraces all of the other points, but we have to be specific. And I just want to listen to your opinions. So just try to figure it out that you're going away for vacation with your family this coming August, and you're planning a long trip together. They may involve some of your friends. I mean, I think that it's more difficult to travel with friends than with your family, because your family is always ready to compromise, right? But some of your friends probably not. You see, you don't have to worry about money with your family because they afford everything for you. So you don't have to pay a penny because you don't work. I mean, your parents are the responsible of that. So I think that it would be better if you think of a long trip with family and also with your friends, with a lot of your friends. Probably you don't go out very often with your friends, but just try to figure it out in a hypothetical situation here. Which of the aspects and why do you think is the most important one? So now let me see. We're gonna see the list here of participants and you're gonna give me your opinion about it. Diana Nicole Aquino. So which one do you think is the best or the most important thing that you have to consider when you travel? Number one, number two, three, or four?
I think number two,
Discuss money. Why? Why, Dianita, money is so crucial?
because the money is an important part.
Yeah, it is. Definitely it is. All right, especially with your friends. Like I said, if you go with your parents, with your family, there's not a big deal since you don't pay anything. All right, thank you, Diana. Adonai Soriano. What about you? What do you think? Adonai, are you there? Just in case your mic isn't working, you might use the chat box, my friend. The problem would be if you're not actually listening. That is a huge problem because you will never get it. Not in here? Okay, Adonai. Adriana Abrego, are you with us, Adriana? No. Alexa Funes. Funes Alexa. Remember, if you got technical issues with your mic, you may use the chat. The chat is activated for you. Andrea Recinos, what do you think about
Hi,
it?
teacher.
Hello, Adriana. Um, no, it's Andrea, right? Andrea.
Yes,
Okay, Andrea. Okay, which one do you think it is the most important thing to discuss before to take a long trip?
uh, I think is discuss money
Discuss money as well. Why?
because sometimes uh, sometimes the people who traveling uh, they no I don't have the money, and this is a problem.
It is. It is. There are some, thank you very much, Andrea. So there are adventurous, and so I quote, adventurous people that they just said, oh, let's have an adventure. Let's go to Guatemala, for example, because Guatemala is very close from El Salvador, but we don't have enough money to pay for accommodations, you see, in a hotel. You remember that you have to eat, you have to buy some food, water, etc. And if you don't have enough money, you're gonna suffer. So it's not gonna be a good experience. It's gonna be totally otherwise, right? Thank you very much. Then we have Bonilla Gustavo Daniel.
Yes, good morning, good afternoon.
Well, in some places around the world is morning, so somewhere it may be
Eh,
morning.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Tell me, my dear Gustavo, which one is the most important when you travel?
in my opinion, when you want to travel, be prepared to compromise if you want to travel. And it's for business or for your work, yeah, it's important to be prepared to compromise. But when it's for vacations, it's like, okay, I am in vacations and I don't have to work because I am in vacations. Plan carefully. In my opinion, plan your vacations is good, but it depends because in my own case, I think like the plan about what how much money you want to maybe what is your or how much money you want to teacher how I can say gastar in English
Spend.
spend in your vacations, maybe in your hotel, the restaurants, maybe the attractions, or it depends. And in my opinion, is not discuss money, but maybe is not the other options. I don't have any clear thing to that I can say, okay, this is the best way that you can have the best or the true point of view if you want to go to travel. I don't.
Okay.
Yes, sorry.
Okay. Thank you very much, Gustavo. So I agree with all of you, and in my humble opinion, I think that money is very important. Money makes things easier for travelers. I mean, if you got cash, if you got deep pockets, everything is gonna be easier. You just pay for everything. You go to a travel agency, and they prepare an itinerary for you to spend. You just got to say how much you are willing to spend on your vacation, and they arrange everything: your hotel, your food, your transport, so everything. I think that that's why many rich people, many millionaires travel all around the globe, and they are also travel in first class, and they go to everywhere they go, they got the rank or the, yeah, categorization, yeah, I think that's the word, of VIP. You see, everywhere they go, money talks. Money talks. So thank you very much, guys, for your opinions. And then we have a reading thing here. This is the beginning of article, How to Travel Together Without Killing Each Other. It has to do with relations among friends. Because remember, you're gonna spend more time with people that you're not used to spend too much time together. Because it's not the same to be chums in the school. You see, you're my chum. I like you very much. I love you. You're my friend. But it's not the same when you spend days together, when you sleep in the same room with someone. Things change. Things really change. And if you spend a week or 2 weeks with the same people, it may cause problems. So that's why the article is How to Travel Without Killing Each Other, because you may have different tastes from your friends. And, and we have here the next part. Listen and read the rest of the article. We have 3 things here. Probably there's some development of tips here. Listen and read the rest of the article and match the tips. Yes, exactly what it is. You will listen to some sort of description of this or an advice. It's basically an advice for every time that you travel, and you have to tell me, no, teacher, letter A is do things separately or plan carefully. So this is your first task. And the other one is ask and answer the last 2 questions. Well, we will work this out later on. But right now, I want you to listen, to hear, and match the articles, paragraphs with the tips here. Listen carefully. Okay. So letter A goes with which tip? Anybody?
Sorry, teacher, but I didn't
You didn't listen.
hear anything. Yes.
Okay, that was my fault. I didn't share the audio. Wait a sec. This is the second time it happens to me today.
Audio 3.7.
A. Be honest about your budget. If you can only spend $60 a night for accommodation, say it before you go. Also, plan how you intend to share all the other expenses, transportation, food, and entertainment. So think about this. Is it okay for you to travel with someone who has more money than you? Would you mind paying a bit extra to help a friend who has less?
B. Sometimes you'll need to make quick decisions on the road and maybe disagree on what you want to do. If your personalities and interests are different, you'll have to plan a bit and be flexible with each other. If one of you is a heavy smoker and the other hates smoke, it's important to find a solution that satisfies both sides. So consider this. Can you make concessions when you travel with others? Would you ever travel with someone who has a few irritating habits?
C. Spending too much time with each other can be very irritating. Plan to take some breaks from each other from time to time, especially on a longer trip. Then you can meet for dinner and share fun stories. So before traveling, ask yourselves, are you comfortable spending the entire day with a friend when you travel? Do you need to spend some time alone when traveling?
Okay, now, which one goes with letter A?
Number 2.
Number 2, discuss money. Thank you. B.
Number 4.
Number 4, plan carefully. And letter C?
Number 3.
Number 3 is do things separately. That's the verified. Is be ready to compromise. So to compromise with other people, well, when you make concessions, you're being compromised with the other person. Like the example there. I mean, imagine that you have those irritating habits. I think we all have those habits that make people annoyed. If you decide to make concessions, you are ready to compromise. This is why letter B goes with that one. Those type of compromises. You have to compromise with other people, not to be so irritating. Because we all are irritating people. Even if we're not aware of that, we may be irritating sometimes. All right, so then before to move to an exercise that I think we're gonna finish on Wednesday because it's kind of long because you're gonna prepare some vacation itinerary for August. So you're gonna imagine that you're gonna travel with a group of friends, you see, and you will plan a trip. You're gonna plan where you're staying, what are you having for eating, what places to visit, etc. But that's gonna be done on Wednesday because I think that this is just a 45-minute class and we don't have enough time to do it. So we're gonna go over to the listening today. Lisa and Meg, I assume that are the girls here on the screen, on that picture. What problems are they having? So because they're not ready to compromise, probably they didn't discuss money or they're not doing things separately, they're having problems. They have problems in day 1, day 2, and day 3. So you're gonna write what are the problems are from the list. So you just have to write the number of here is number 1, number 2, number 3, or number 4. And then you're gonna listen for a second time and write just who is the person with this problem, with these issues. Who would you least like travel with? That would be the second response. First, you have to write letter L if Lisa is the one who dislikes the hotel. Letter M if she is the one who went shopping the day before, etc. And then your opinion. Who do you think is the most difficult person to travel with? Is it Lisa or is it Meg? That will depend on your perspectives. I'll be ready to listen.
Audio 3.8.
Can you hear this time?
Yeah, teacher.
Thank you so much. So I always forget. Sometimes that it does that automatically. Sometimes it doesn't. But anyway, so we're here and you're listening. That's what matters.
Day 1.
Wow, this place has changed a lot.
Have you ever stayed here before?
Oh, yeah, a few years ago. But now, I mean, what kind of room is this? Look at these walls and this carpet. Oh my God, a mouse!
Where? Where?
There! Oh, it's gone. Thank God. Meg, listen, we've got to get out of here.
But we've just checked in.
Yeah, but we haven't paid yet. I'll tell you what, let's stay at the Ibis near the station.
Wait a second. How much money are we talking about?
Well, I guess it's a little more expensive, but...
Lisa, I can only spend $100 a night. I've already told you.
Well, no, not really. You spent a lot of money shopping for clothes yesterday, so I didn't think money was a problem.
Well, it is, actually.
Day 2.
I'm going to the National Gallery today. Julie has been there, and she says it's fantastic. What are you going to do?
Well, I haven't been to the West End yet, and I really want to go. We can meet up for coffee at around 3 o'clock. What do you think?
Yeah, but look, the weather has changed. It's really cloudy. A perfect day to go to the National Gallery.
Well, I really don't want to see old paintings today. Sorry.
Well, if you are sure. I'll see you at 3, and then I can tell you all about the gallery.
Day 3.
That was a long day. I am exhausted. Good night, Meg.
Lisa, I just want to read a little before I go to bed.
Oh, Meg.
I'm reading 101 Things to Do Before You Die. It's a book with lots of suggestions of cool, exciting ideas of things to do, things that can change your life. Have you read it yet?
No, I haven't. And I'm really, really tired.
I started when we got on the plane, and I've already read the first 20 ideas. It's fascinating.
Look, Meg, we woke up really early this morning. I'm exhausted, and I can't sleep with the lights on. Sorry.
Okay, sorry, Lisa. I'll read downstairs in the lobby then. Good night.
Audio
Okay, listen once again to make sure of your responses.
3.8. Day 1.
Wow, this place has changed a lot.
Have you ever stayed here before?
Oh, yeah, a few years ago. But now, I mean, what kind of room is this? Look at these walls and this carpet. Oh my God! A mouse!
Where? Where?
There! Oh, it's gone. Oh, thank God. Meg, listen, we've gotta get out of here.
But we've just checked in.
Yeah, but we haven't paid yet. I'll tell you what, let's stay at the Ibis near the station.
Wait a second. How much money are we talking about?
Well, I guess it's a little more expensive, but
Lisa, I can only spend $100 a night. I've already told you.
well, no, not really. You spent a lot of money shopping for clothes yesterday, so I didn't think money was a problem.
Well, it is, actually.
Day 2.
I'm going to the National Gallery today. Julie has been there, and she says it's fantastic. What are you going to do?
Well, I haven't been to the West End yet, and I really want to go. We can meet up for coffee at around 3 o'clock. What do you think?
Yeah, but look, the weather has changed. It's really cloudy. A perfect day to go to the National Gallery.
Well, I really don't want to see old paintings today. Sorry.
Well, if you are sure. I'll see you at 3, and then I can tell you all about the gallery.
Day 3.
That was a long day. I am exhausted. Good night, Meg.
Lisa, I just want to read a little before I go to bed.
Oh, Meg.
I'm reading 101 Things to Do Before You Die. It's a book with lots of suggestions of cool, exciting ideas of things to do, things that can change your life. Have you read it yet?
No, I haven't. And I'm really, really tired.
I started when we got on the plane, and I've already read the first 20 ideas. It's fascinating.
Look, Meg, we woke up really early this morning. I'm exhausted, and I can't sleep with the lights on. Sorry.
Okay, sorry, Lisa. I'll read downstairs in the lobby then. Good night.
Okay, by hearing these girls, now I have an idea how difficult it might be to please someone in every single thing during a trip. Anyways, what is the problem in day 1?
They have
Discussing.
to discuss the money.
All right, that is number 2, right?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. What about day 2?
Do things
What was
separately
this?
sometimes.
Okay, thank you, Diego and my dear Gustavo. And day 3?
Be prepared to compromise.
Number 1. Yeah.
Thank you, Adonai and Diego this time. Thank you, guys. Who really dislikes the hotel, Lisa or Meg?
Lisa.
Lisa.
Lisa. So you both agree with that. Who went shopping
Meg.
yesterday? Meg. Who probably likes
Lisa.
art?
Lisa.
Lisa.
Lisa, thank you. And the last one, who is reading 100 Things to Do
Meg.
Before You Die?
Meg.
Thank you. I think it was Diego and Gustavo. Okay, yeah, let's double check the answers. Well, the first, day 1 is discuss money. Day 2, do things separately sometimes. 3, be prepared to compromise. You're totally right. And in the other one, Lisa, Meg, in that order. And let me see. the next thing to do. Says here, word of English. Maybe my friend here, Diego Rene, can you help me reading this?
There are very few grammatical difference between US and UK English. Here, one of them. Americans often use the past simple in cases where the present perfect is required in the UK. For example, in the US, it's more common to use the past simple with words like already, just and recently, whatever. Even the American English, yet is more common with the present perfect.
Thank you so much. So I think that you wonder how different is the UK or the British English with the American English. There are just a few differences. Sometimes they're not too important. Sometimes they make difference, especially in vocabulary. Here in grammar, we just have the Americans often use past simple instead of present perfect. And is that okay? I mean, you understand what you mean. Especially because when you are freely speaking, when you are in the street talking spontaneously with someone, you're not aware that people is using present perfect or past simple. You just don't know. You just understand the meaning of what has been said. But if you study grammar, you will see that in the United States, people use these words that we usually use in present perfect already, just and recently we use them for present perfect. But Americans have the tendency to use those expressions in past simple or simple past. And it's okay. I mean, grammatically, when you study English in a classroom, like you are doing it right now, these expressions already, just and recently are thought with present perfect. We don't teach those expressions with past simple. But if you use them, nothing happens. I mean, is totally correct. And we have here chart with some past actions and present results. So it means that this action happened, occurred in a particular moment in the past, indefinitely past, because we don't know exactly when they happen, and we have a result of the effects into the present tense. For example, something that has happened in the past is that the place has changed, right? It doesn't say exactly when it changed, so but we know that it occurred in the past. Because now the present result is that it's different. It changed in a particular moment, in a non-specified moment in the past, and we see the results in the present. So for number 2, have you ever stayed here before? That's the past action. What might be the present result?
Do you know this place?
Yes, thank you, Adonai. You know that place? You know that? Yes. Number 3. Oh, well, no, it's number 3 because number 1 was already done as the example. I've just checked in. What is
We are
the...
in our hotel room.
Yeah, we're in the hotel room because we just checked in the past, and now we are already registered or checked in. 4, we haven't paid yet.
They don't have our money.
And I already told you.
You know that.
Yeah, I made a mistake when Adonai says this place has changed. Do you know this place? It was the question, and I already told you is you know that. just to make sure that you got the right answers. 4, 3, 5, 1, and 2 is the sequence. 4, 3, 5, 1, and number 2. So the activity we're gonna do on Wednesday is about planning your vacation for this coming holiday, August vacations, right? But I want to give you the particulars of the activity. It's going to be a class activity, of course. You're going to work in class and you're going to perform your presentations in class. Remember that we have two class hours on Wednesday. So we're going to take advantage of the time so you can practice your speaking skills. So right now, that's it, my friends. Thank you guys for your active participation. It's really appreciated. Enjoy your afternoon.
Thank you, teacher.